Filled with warm fall spices, these pumpkin pecan waffles are a delicious way to start your day. Hello friends, I'm Brianna and welcome back to The Casual Foodist. Today we are making pumpkin pecan waffles. So for these waffles, we're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of pumpkin puree, 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, 1 1/4 cups of buttermilk, 2 eggs, and we're going to separate these out into egg yolks and egg whites, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of chopped pecans, so 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, or if you'd like to do like I did 3/4 of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon and 1/8 of a teaspoon each of ground nutmeg and ground cloves to make my own. 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, and we're ready to make these pumpkin waffles. So to start these waffles, we're actually going to take 2 of our egg whites, which I've already separated, and place them in a bowl. And then we are going to whip these into stiff peaks, which we're later going to fold into the pumpkin batter. All right, so we've whipped our egg whites into stiff peaks, which basically means once you take your beaters and turn them upside down, they hold their shape. And again, these are going to give our waffles a lot more lift and make them just really airy and light. We're going to set these egg whites aside for now and start to work on the rest of our ingredients. Into our next bowl, we're going to add all of our dry ingredients. So we've got our 2 cups of all-purpose flour here, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and this is going to act with the buttermilk later again to give our waffles a little bit more lift and air and make them just irresistible. 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, and then our 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. We're just going to whisk this really quick until everything's fully combined, and then we're going to move on to our wet ingredients. All right, in this bowl, we are going to add in our buttermilk. And that little extra bit of acid is going to act with the baking powder and the dry ingredients. And again, it's going to give us a little bit more lift with our waffles and just make them perfect. 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, 1 cup of pumpkin puree, our 2 egg yolks, and then our brown sugar. And then we're just going to whisk to combine everything here. All right, then we're going to take our dry ingredients and add them to the wet ingredients. We're going to whisk everything in here, and it's okay if you've got a couple lumps at the end. You don't want to overwork any quick bread batter, which includes waffles, pancakes, muffins, anything like that. Just look at the color of this batter. Does that not scream fall? To this, we're going to add in our chopped pecans. Depending on where you live, you may say pecan. Regardless, they're delicious. And then the last thing we're going to do for our batter is just fold in gently those egg whites. We don't want to crush any of those air bubbles that we made earlier. So we want to be nice and gentle here. So while I've been preparing the waffle batter, I've had my waffle iron preheating and it's ready to go. I use about 1/3 of a cup of batter into each square, but that's going to vary according to your personal waffle iron. We're just going to put this in here and spread it out into the squares. Once it's filled, I'm going to close the waffle iron These take about 4 to 5 minutes, but again, that's going to vary according to your waffle iron. And we'll see these in a little bit. These waffles look absolutely amazing. All they need are some butter and some maple syrup. You can find a link to the full recipe below, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to the Casual Foodist for more recipes like this.